So another question that we get is basically, okay, Juan, who is the most likely buyer for my property? What type of buyers is it that we're going to be working with, right? So there's basically three types of buyers, right? Outside, of course, of an owner-occupant buyer or an investor, the types of buyers or ways that people would be buying is one, just cash, right? Being a cash buyer. For instance, it could be a buyer from outside of the country, or a local buyer, for instance, that maybe just sold a property, has a lot of money and equity and cash, etc., and now they're making a cash purchase into another property. So that's one, cash offer. The other two types of types of buyers that are the most common are a conventional buyer, in other words, a buyer looking to buy with conventional financing, and a buyer that's looking to buy with either FHA or VA financing. The biggest differences between conventional and FHA and VA financing is that a buyer that is qualified for conventional financing typically is a stronger buyer from a financial perspective. A buyer that qualifies for a conventional loan typically has higher credit compared to FHA and VA. The buyer that qualifies for conventional financing also typically has a lower debt to income ratio compared to an FHA or VA buyer. Now, it doesn't mean that the FHA or VA buyer would not be able to close on the loan. It just means that the conventional buyer typically is better financially qualified. Also, the conventional buyer typically has a higher down payment compared to FHA and VA buyers. FHA and VA are really the most flexible types of loans for owner occupants, and those are the types of loans that most first-time buyers use, the FHA and VA loans, right? VA loan you can buy with as little as 0% down payment. So in other words, the VA buyer can buy with 100% financing, and FHA allows a buyer to buy with 3.5% down payment. So basically, if we are representing you as a seller, right, depending on the market that we're in, the order of, let's say, strongest offer, assuming that all the offers are exactly the same. Let's say we're selling a property for $500,000, assuming that all the offer prices are the same. The strongest offer would be a cash offer. The second strongest offer might be at a buyer that's buyer with conventional financing, meaning, maybe they're coming in with 5, 10, typically 20% plus down payment, right? And then the least strong offer would be FHA or VA. Again, I want to be clear that an FHA and VA buyer can still qualify for a loan. It's just that they're going to be a little less strong financially in terms of qualifying for that loan. So that's basically what, those are the types of buyers that we might encounter. And then depending on the market and depending on the offers that we are able to get on your property, we may or may not be able to be in a position to pick and choose among, let's say, 5 different offers, maybe a cash offer for $500,000, a conventional offer for $500,000, or another offer for FHA and another offer for VA, right? If that was the scenario, then we would look at the rest of the terms, right? The cash offer would probably be the best. And then there are other terms that would go into it, like, how soon do they want to close? How soon do you need to close? How do you need some extra time to be able to, to move out? And there's, several other factors that might play into it. But once we get to that position where we receive an offer, then at that point, we would typically discuss it with you and explain to you all the benefits and all the, what goes into that specific offer so that you can make an informed decision. So anyway, I know that was a ton of info. Let me know if you have any other questions about this. Of course, if we're helping you sell your property, we're probably going to have, lengthy conversations so you can clarify and be able to make an informed decision. So hope you find that helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions, and I will see you in another video.